It all began with a stone, or so the legend says.
I gotta figure out what that narrator's voice is. Oh, oh yeah. But yeah, the worst part about starting this game is that intro startup thing. So loud, man. I guess you can't really control much about it. So do I have 400 points in like login stuff? I'm gonna need a couple of them when I have to get past level 99, but that's not gonna be for beating this game, so I shouldn't really worry too much about it. Abilities, mounts, red crab. So I'm really just trying to get used to this game and what it really wants out of me. I'm not gonna say I have that down packed until I can pull off a tech attack, like a dual tech. I call those skill chains, but it's a fucking tech attack. You're playing Chrono Trigger. But yeah, there's really only 3 missions left for the main campaign story, which color me excited about being able to say that I completed this Final Fantasy. I read a little bit of that One Piece Road to Raftel, or Road to the Grand Line. I don't remember what it's called, but it's pretty cool getting a little bit of lore about the series and just an info dump that's really earned, because we've been in this One Piece train for so long. They're heading off into the final saga. Come on, hit us with something exciting. Anything that's on your mind that you was like holding off on, just let us know. That's the thing though. Besides One Piece, man, there hasn't really been like much in terms of weekly manga that I've gotten interested. I haven't kept up with Watamote. I don't even know if that's still ongoing. But I really did like where Watamote was, heading off to before I stopped reading it. It's a great series. I liked seeing the character Tomoko slowly come on her own and develop social relations and really get into high school after her first year was basically squashed with social anxiety. She wasn't really developing a lot of good relationships, and the second year was just solid. It felt natural. It was great. It was great. Let me take a look at this dude. I'll worry about all that later. Right now, I need to do everything I can within my power to cash in this cipher for, what was her name? Lion. Lion 2. Like, I have a first trust, but this is gonna be the upgraded, superior second trust. Yeah, my braces brackets absolutely hurt right now. I've been struggling more with my brackets as opposed to the past. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. I took the rubber band off. Let me reapply it. I'll do it in another room since I don't want to give you guys some of the most cursed sounding mouth sounds, but it's annoying. I think I was hurting my teeth and my braces more than actually like helping with how I set it up before, but the way I was doing it before was wrong, so I corrected it, and the correction was wrong too. It started off pretty easy, but as it's progressed, it's gotten a bit harder. Just because my mouth is changing and things are getting tighter. All sorts of shit that's like not really fun when you got such a dramatic overbite that you need rubber bands besides the mouth braces. My younger bro didn't need that problem. His issue with his teeth was kind of a side grade to mine. I have a dramatic overbite, whereas his issues are more like extreme gum sensitivity, which one of my homies also deals with that problem on Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna get this shit done quickly. But really, when it comes down to One Piece, to me, I've been trying to get into One Piece for years now. It's been 3 years of me buying volumes slowly over time. I still haven't completed Water 7 or anything of that sort since I've kind of flexed on my collecting recently. They're not selling the 3-in-1 volumes anymore because people don't like those, so it's hard to get them on Amazon. Because apparently the spines are sensitive and all this other stuff. They did their part, and because of them I was able to go deep into One Piece and really just enjoy that early story. But still not on Thriller Bark. I would like to revisit the Marineford Summit War Saga again. But just like the early parts that I didn't really fully get into and stuff like that. Because everything else, exciting shit, but that was when I was like glancing at One Piece again for the first time in years. Around the time I was on my way to Mexico. You know, the end of part 1 of One Piece is kind of a big deal. I remember Oda saying that the end of part 1 was going to be like the end of the first half, and One Piece is essentially 50% done. Well, that was, you know, One Piece started in 1997, that was 2010, and we're kind of in the final saga in 2022, so he wasn't that off, all things considered. I mean, we were at the 65% mark for quite a while, but he's talking about build-ups and payoffs. We're definitely in payoff mode, which is a great thing. start giving us those big payoffs. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is doing the same thing presently. Kiseki, on the other hand, Kudo still marks the 65% mark in the series. We've been in the 60% mark since Cold Steel 2, on the way to 3, 4, Hajimari, and now even Kudo as well. So I'm just waiting for Kondo to say, oh, we're 80% done with this series. So yeah, a lot of sagas seem to be wrapping up. Final Fantasy XIV wrapped up its saga, so that's cool and all. That's what I want to see. I want to see these long-running stories that I had to wait years for finally be done, so I can feel a yoke has been removed from me and a great population. Some people are yoked pleasantly. They're in it for a long haul. But yeah, when Naruto wrapped up its thing, that was awesome. I felt the yoke of that long-ass war arc finally come to a conclusion, man. Even with Kishimoto kind of coming back at the helm for Naruto, it still doesn't feel like Kishimoto is back in the sense that he's not doing his art. Those little Kishimoto-y things aren't present in Boruto's narrative. It seems like he's just kind of going off the beginning notes and getting ready to wrap up the story. Which, the good thing about his writing style is that it's very linear. He's not necessarily interested in showing off every aspect of the world. He's interested in taking a story and really just seeing it through to the end. And you definitely get that vibe from Boruto as well. At least once the Owl arc started. It doing the Dragon Ball Super thing of adapting the movie is kind of a point of confusion. But yeah, Boruto is definitely something that I would like a remake to. Just, you know, Ikemoto's designs for the most part. I prefer his Momoshiki over Kishimoto's Momoshiki, who looks like Hiromaru in his Curse Mark second state. And this Kishimoto's art design, that Tetsuya Nishio flair, Naruto looking more like adult Obito rather than blonde Yamato, which is kind of his look right now, and I don't like it. For the record, my warp ring is set to Jauno, so that's why I'm not using it. Yeah, I noticed that Naruto looks at his best when he just looks like Obito as an adult in his Hokage form, but he looks at his worst when he looks like Yamato. So I can see why Naruto could pull off having shorter hair, because Obito pulled off having shorter hair, and it's not like he didn't look like Naruto anymore. Naruto doesn't look like himself anymore, because they ain't drawing him right. They got him with that low detailed flat look. Hunter x Hunter 2011 look, which it doesn't work, man. You gotta have detail with Kishimoto art, or just like Naruto-verse art in general. You gotta make it pop. Okay, let me go to Port Bastok. Okay. So let me head off and find Clarion Star. I'm gonna trade. Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my rubber band. Let's see, is this Juno? Yep. Alright, let's see. Upper. Is this gonna be my crib I'm accidentally walking into? Yup, let me head up out of here. Couple things I should get started on. Okay, so I guess I gotta head to Lower Juno. I wonder if I have enough points to begin my next mission. If I don't, then I'm gonna be back to the grind, and that's not really fun for anyone. Seeing me like go to gate guards and hand them a couple more crystals, see if that's enough. Woundberry Fields. Okay. This is that Prometheus story. I guess he has a code of ethics. Okay, so that little man is what appears to be like a coma. Missions, Promethea, Rights of Life. Brilliant lights, fearsome beasts, a mysterious laboratory. What do all these have to do with the strange boy brought back to Dr. Lombardo's Corner? I guess I could go to the infirmary. Investigate even further. I'm still wearing like these early game gear things, so I gotta eventually upgrade what I'm rocking with. This is not. This is a church. Okay, the infirmary is a little that way. They want me to walk a little bit more. Just a little bit. See, I'm still rocking with my starter gear. There's actually a lot of people here, all things considered. So I'm assuming the guys with the stars are like masters. So they're getting like master levels and things of that nature. Upgrading how much they can, you know, boost their sub job. So it's not exactly half. He kind of reminds me of Kadaj. He casted a Genjutsu spell on me. Okay, interesting place I just witnessed. Kind of looks like a Spyro level, to be honest.